Good afternoon and welcome. Ellen and Luke would like to thank you all for being here this afternoon in this wonderful, sunny, and warm fall afternoon. As you know, this is more or less a reenactment of the smaller ceremony held because of COVID last fall. Now, to officiate a wedding of two people that I know and love is one of life's great honors and privileges. It's a delight. But here's the thing. The next 5 years, and 5 years from now, no one will remember what has been said today. But they will remember the tone and feeling of today's ceremony. They will remember the love that you, Luke, and Ellen share. Now, I've known these two since 2010 when they were freshmen at Ball State University. So I thought it might be fun if I asked them how they met. And I sent separate emails to Luke and Ellen, and they sent back separate emails to me. And remarkably, they told me pretty much the same story. They met in Dr. Michael O'Hara's Theater Aesthetics 104 class that freshman year. Now that class is one of the largest classes that the theater offers, with about 120 students. So Dr. O'Hara breaks the class down into small study groups, and Luke and Ellen were assigned to the same group that entire semester. And through that process, they grew both academically and romantically. They started dating, they told me, in March of 2011, and they've been together ever since. Luke says that having Ellen in his study group felt like fate. And Ellen remembers that on the first day that their group got together, they received a rather ominous, intimidating speech from Dr. O'Hara saying how difficult the class was going to be and how hard they will have to work in order to be a success. And when he was done, she remembers Luke leaning over to her group, and he said, "I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited about this class. I think we're going to have a lot of fun." Well, she thought Luke was a little bit crazy for thinking that after they heard this intimidating speech. But she also noticed that Luke said out of the side of his mouth, as the group was sitting to his left, he was talking out of the side of his mouth, and she thought, well, that's kind of cute. And it wasn't long before she realized that Luke was the one for her, and he helped her to come out of her shell during college and made college a totally different experience for her. Ellen ended by saying that she is grateful for the encouragement and love that he shares with her every day. She also told me that she got to know him that semester. She really liked how smart, funny, and kind he was, and still is. Luke, I will have to say, remembers a little bit differently. He remembers Ellen sitting or presenting in another class, and he thought to himself, that is the most beautiful woman I have ever seen. And incidentally, Ellen, he still feels that way. Now, normally, a wedding official would offer a charge to the couple. But since you've known each other for 10 years, and you've already been married for one, let me remind you of a few things that you already exemplify. I've personally known you as former students, as colleagues working in the theater together, and friends. You two both are extraordinary people. That goes without saying. You've already displayed mutual respect for one another in all aspects of your lives together. Remember to listen carefully to one another as you commit to being helpful to each other as you traverse life's landscape. I'm sure you're already aware that the mutual respect that you share for your inner selves has built the foundation for a strong and vibrant marriage you already have. It will thrive for a lifetime as long as you continue down this path. Trust each other and trust the road that has brought you this far. Our good friend Michael O'Hara, who performed your wedding ceremony last fall, reflected on that on marriage that day, and I think it's well to recall what he said. He said, Marriage is one of the most sacred and precious ceremonies in the world, shared by all cultures and all time. Although history is ancient, each marriage must be made anew. And so your marriage must stand not by the state's authority, nor by the wedding certificate that you have, but by the strength and power of love and commitment that you two profess for one another in the presence of this company. Luke and Ellen have prepared their own vows, and now it's your time to share.
Going first, me? Oh boy. All right. To my adventure buddy, my partner in crime, oh man. My number one dog mom, my love, Ellen. What a journey it has been to reach this moment. A decade of smiles when you walk in the door. A decade of waking you up on the couch when you fall asleep too early. A decade of, hey, good morning, sleepyhead, when I wake up too late. A decade of sharing a drink in the movie theater. A decade of blasting show tunes in the car. A decade of sharing cute pictures of zoo animals. A decade of searching for your nail clippers before we leave the house. A decade of afternoon hikes and evening campfires. A decade of jokes that made us laugh until we cried. And a decade of receiving that side eye when I took those jokes one or two steps too far. A decade of love. From the moment I saw you walk down the stairs at Bracken Library, Club Bracken! In your green Chuck Taylors, I knew I loved you. Perhaps love at first sight is a fairy tale, but I knew how I felt early. I loved your intelligence, your quiet leadership, how your smile could light up a room, and your butt. And I still do. Call it fate, call it luck, call it karma. I believe everything happens for a reason. You walked into my life in those green Chuck Taylors, and as soon as we get home, I'm going to hide them so you can't walk out. A wise college professor once told me that happy accidents happen all the time, in projects and in life. Both grow and change in ways you'd never imagined. Inquisitive audience members will ask you if choices were on purpose, and her advice, always say yes. Allow your audience to connect meaning even if you weren't smart enough to see it. Reflect and learn. So if I may, I'd like to connect meaning to a seemingly inconsequential event that occurred in our lives a few years ago. An event that I've thought about frequently. I wasn't smart enough to see the meaning then, but I've reflected, and I hope I've learned something from it. A few years ago, I hid a puzzle piece from you. In that moment, I'm not sure why I did it, but I did. It was me, and it was childish. What I thought was going to be funny was in reality quite cruel. You were rightfully angry with me. I apologized and we moved forward. However, I can't help but connect this puzzling injustice, pun intended, with a higher meaning. Life is a puzzle with never-ending pieces. The old cliche would be to say that you are my last piece in my personal puzzle. But I've reflected, and I've learned that that is not true. The last piece symbolizes completion. And our story, even after a decade, is still young. Our lives will continue to change from this day forward. There are many pieces still to come. Pieces of happiness, pieces of sorrow, pieces of comfort and change. Instead of saying you're the last piece of the puzzle, I prefer to think of you as the last piece of the frame. When you walked into my life, it gained meaning. It gave strength. It gained a lifelong outlook. When I look at you, I see not only where I came from, but where I'm going. I love you and I like you, Ellen, to the moon and back. I cannot wait to continue discovering puzzle pieces together, and I promise I will do everything in my power to not hide any from you. and then I drew a puzzle.
Luke, the path we've taken to get here today has certainly not been a conventional one. Most people don't wait 7 years to get engaged, or 2.5 to get married after that, or get married twice, but here we are. I'm so glad that we forged our own path, because I can stand here today and know without a single doubt in my mind that you are the love of my whole life. We exchanged our traditional vows last year, so here are my non-traditional. I vow to always poke you in the ribs when you keep me up with your snoring. I promise that I will try to remember to grab fresh socks before I get comfy in bed instead of asking you to get them for me. But try is the key word. I promise to continue to be the very best dog mom for our furry children, both current and future. I vow to only complain about the thermostat when I am really, really cold. I firmly believe that love is not just the greatest feeling in the world, it is also a choice that we make. I vow to continue to choose you every single day. I choose you because you can make me laugh even when I feel like there's nothing in the whole world to laugh about. And laughing with you is my very, very favorite thing. I choose you because you are just as obsessed with our dog as I am. I choose you because your calm strength helps keep me grounded when I am feeling anxious and upset. I choose you because your kindness to all of those around you, including me, makes me feel understood and safe. I choose you because the first time that we kissed, I thought that I could kiss your lips forever, and I still feel that way over 10 years later. I choose you because there is no one else I would rather go on adventures with or share my highs and lows with. It is unlikely, very unlikely that choosing each other ever becomes more difficult for either of us. I vow to not take the easy road out. I will fight for us and everything that we have built here together. I promise to laugh with you and adventure with you until we're old and crazy, instead of young and crazy like we are now. In short, I promise to love you every damn day for the rest of my life. I love you and I love you.
Beautiful. To mark this occasion, Ellen and Luke have prepared a unity table to my right or your left. Now, marriage is not only symbolic of the joining of two people, but the unity of two families. Now that Ellen and Luke have vowed before you their love for one another, their closest friends and family, they want to commemorate this momentous occasion with their parents. Each of the files on the table contain hundreds of glass particles. As their parents join the particles, their collective memories, experiences, and knowledge are symbolically combined as one. Ellen and Luke have both been blessed with loving, caring parents. The memories, experience, and knowledge gained from them are integral to the people who Luke and Ellen have become. As Luke and Ellen combine their parents' class, they are not only unifying their experiences, but creating an everlasting, indispensable bond for the future. Now joined in unity and will be heated up and blown into beautiful glass Christmas ornaments. The collective knowledge in all three couples will be fused and immortalized for decades to come. Luke and Ellen have already exchanged their wedding rings last year, so we're going to call this just a reenactment. Desmond, may we please have the ring? Okay, say together after me. With these rings, we pledge our care, faithfulness, humor, patience, and love for all the days of our lives. Great. Now Luke and Ellen, or Ellen and Luke, before I present you to our guests, I want to celebrate and mark this extraordinary moment. You have had the rare opportunity to be married to each other twice. You now have 2 days to celebrate, 2 anniversaries. All of us here today want to thank you for the gift of love that you share, not only with yourselves, but with everyone. Today is a day of great happiness and celebration, an occasion for food, drink, and dancing, and the time of uniting both friends and family into one big, happy group. Thank you. And now, Luke and Ellen, or Ellen and Luke, show us your love for each other with that traditional first, okay, second kiss. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor and pleasure to introduce and present to you the happily married couple, Luke and Ellen, or, if you prefer, Ellen and Luke.
Let's get things started. If you would, please put your hands together for Jordan and Mike. All right, let's keep that love going. Please keep clapping for Chloe and Brent. All right, now wouldn't be a party without these two. Please welcome your maid of honor, Katie, and your best man, Josh. All right, now for a little please give everybody to stand up off of your chairs. Grab that napkin in front of you, twirl it around your head, yell, scream, holler, clap, get as loud as you can for your new bride and groom. Thanks everybody for your participation in that.
I'm Katie. Ellen is my baby sister, and most of my favorite memories from growing up involve her. We have very different personalities, but we enjoyed a lot of the same things, like traveling and animals, ballet dancing, and even getting annoyed by the same people. And I remember one time at Pokagon here, it's shaking. One other thing we've had in common that we inherited from our mother is a love of theater, and I am so thankful that she was able to find a partner in life that shares that passion also. She and Luke followed that passion and chased those dreams together, and through all the ups and downs of that experience, they supported each other through it all, and not many people get to say that. They did that, and I'm so glad they got to experience it together. They've been together for over a decade. In fact, Desmond has never known life without Luke in it. But still, every time I see them together, they're affectionate with each other, sharing hugs and whispering sweet things to each other. You know, you guys have your own little club, just the two of you. And you just always seem so in tune with each other, and again, it's a rare and valuable thing to find and continue to have in a partner. So everybody please raise your glass with me in a toast to Ellen and Luke, and many more decades, and the lifetime of love, intuition, and shared passions.
Probably around 4th or 5th grade. Honestly, it's the best friendship that probably any kid or adult could really ask for. Can't really remember a time we disagreed on anything or fought, like it just worked out. So growing up all those years, we played sports together, spent the night at each other's house multiple times, played plenty of video games, vacations. Our favorite thing, picking on your sister on basically everything that we did, right? So when we think with having that many years together, I got a lot of stories I can tell about you. So I could go where you caught your hair on fire, or really a lot of stories, but it's gone. So, but the story I can tell is about you and your Liv Armstrong bracelet. So for those that don't know, Luke had this Liv Armstrong bracelet, this bright yellow bracelet that I swear he wore for like 10 plus years. He never took it off. And this one basketball game, he got in, he had it on, and it was basically like a like Mike moment where you could shoot threes, do basically anything. I think you could have probably dunked it if you tried. But throughout the game, the refs noticed and they made you take it off. And it's pretty much like you didn't know how to play basketball. You just were terrible. So you probably went like, where am I going with this, right? So I remember in college, you gave me a call and told me about this girl that you met, Ellen, and you just had that confidence I knew that you had in that game. You know, basically, now that you have your own Liv Armstrong band that you always wear, just know that you do, and you'll have that confidence to be able to do anything with her by your side, and vice versa. I guess, cheers. Big round of applause, please, Katie and Brett.
Take this out.
You're nobody till somebody cares. The baby they possess the world and its gold. Gold won't bring you happiness.
Like the most awkward. It was awkward last year too.
Growing old.
Is that why you had another wedding?
Is that why I won?
Is that why you had another wedding? Because it was so awkward?
You'll never change.
You're waiting for me to not be awkward, man. You're gonna be waiting.
As a star,
Yeah.
shine. Oh,
Oh!
Till somebody loves you. Find yourself somebody.
That's my mom.
You're nobody till somebody loves you.
1 year in.
Finally.
You're nobody till somebody cares. You may be a king, you may possess
Thank
the
you.
whole world and its gold.
There you go. There you go.
Gold won't bring you happiness when you're getting old. The world still is the same. You'll never change it.
Gotta do the cross arm thing.
Sure as a star.
Just like
shine above. You're nobody, nobody, till somebody loves you. So find yourself somebody. Gotta get yourself somebody. Because you know
we know how to eat.
you're nobody till somebody cares.
Big round of applause, please, family and friends.
Ready? Other way. This way. Don't take directions.
That's a look. And at this time, next we're going to do the bride, father, groom, mother. So I will be really called Forever Now.
I just met you, seems like yesterday. You opened up your eyes and I recognized your face. You know that you're the one that we've been waiting for, gonna keep you safe. First time I held you in my arms, I knew I'd love you all the way. I took you in at night, another day's passed. Every week goes by a little faster than the last. It wasn't so long ago, we walked together and you held my hand. And now you're getting too big to want to, but I hope you'll always understand. And that I'm always gonna lift you up, and I'm never gonna let you down. No matter what you do, I'm forever proud of you. I love you forever now. Through your ears I hear it, through your eyes I see a world full of magic, full of possibilities. You know as well as anybody how tough this life can be. You've got so much strength inside you, a strength I pray you'll never need. And I'm always gonna lift you up, and I'm never gonna let you down. Time flies by, hope you realize that I love you forever now. I'm always gonna be right here, always gonna cheer you on. I'm always gonna have you back, you're never gonna be alone. And I'm always gonna lift you up, no, I'm never gonna let you down. No matter what you do, I'm forever proud of you. Love you forever now. I love you forever now.
All right, big round of applause, please, family and friends. If you would. Don't want anybody to leave you just yet. We've got a few special things we want to do. We're going to do the shoe game next. Also, after we get that done, we're going to do an anniversary show. Okay. Number one. Who has the best shower singing voice? Who kills the spiders? Who is better at directions? Ah, we just learned that just a little bit ago. Who's better at keeping secrets?
I guess I don't know, so I'm gonna say her.
Who is most organized?
She's a statement.
Who gets the speeding tickets?
I always drive.
Who makes the bedroom floor their personal laundry basket? Who's most likely to fall asleep in front of the TV with the remote in their hand? Who said, "I love you" first?
I stand by this. She said it on a whim and she walked away from me.
You keep telling yourself that. Who has the craziest family? Who's most always losing their cell phone keys? Good choice, good choice. Who made the first move? Who's most likely to always wake up grumpy? After an argument, who's most likely to always apologize first?
We've never had a fight.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Like legit.
My last question, right now, who do you love the most? Good choice, good choice. You are free to go. Good job, guys.
Is more than just a game.
If you've been married 5 years or less, please leave the dance floor, please. 5 years.
Take my heart and please don't break it, love. Was made for me and you.
If you've been married 10 years or less, please leave the dance floor, please. 10 years. If you've been married 15 years or less, please leave the dance floor, please. If you've been married 20 years or less, please leave the dance floor, please. 20 years.
At me. Oh, it's for the only.
If you've been married 25.
You better shape up, 'cause I need a man. My heart is set on you. You better shape up. You better. Oh, it's cold and lonely in the deep of night. I can see paradise by the gaslight. Oh, it's cold and lonely in the midnight
Okay, this one's for Gabby.
you dream of, dreams really do come true. Ooh, someday you wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind. Be where trouble melts like lemon drops, high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, and the dream that you dare to, oh why can't I? Well, I see trees of green and red roses too. I watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Well, I see skies of blue and I see clouds of white and the brightness of day. I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands singing, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind. Be where trouble melts like a lemon drops, high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way